like riding my bike. I ride my bike all the time, usually to and from school. I leave in the morning, at about 7 from my house. In the winter where I live, the sun sets in the late afternoon and the sky stays dark until the next morning. I typically have sports or other after-school activities, so I don't vacate the school premises until about 6 p.m. on most days. Of course, it's dark by then, so naturally I keep a flashlight on the handlebars of my bike so I can see where I'm riding. This went on for a long time. A few years even, ever since I was in the 5th grade. I'm a freshman now. Riding my bike was a peaceful way to relax. I loved that part of my day. That is, until last Thursday. When you're in the dark, whether there's a light or not, your mind will start to play tricks on you. I'm a smart kid, according to my parents and teachers, so I knew that there's no such thing as monsters or supernatural beings, but I know for a fact that what I saw that night was 100% real. I would consider myself brave on many occasions. Big roller coasters, hikes deep into the mountains, that kind of thing. I've even stood up to the worst bullies in the school. This instance, however, scared me senseless. Like I said, it was a Thursday evening around 4:45. I had just finished tutoring a friend in math since I didn't have cross-country practice, and I started the 15-minute ride back to my house. I put in my earbuds and turned on my handlebar light. It turns out that I had been using my light so much, I forgot to charge the battery inside. Outside of my dim headlight, I only had the sparse light from the street lamps, which there were not many of. As I was pedaling out of the parking lot, I felt a chill down my spine, except it was different from the crisp winter air. It was the kind of chill you get when you're watching a horror movie. You want to turn it off, but you can't. You're frozen. Your body just won't let you. You're forced to witness whatever gruesome thing is on the screen. That's the chill I got. Suddenly, the night felt darker than it already was. I reached the halfway point, a 4-way stop that has a blinking red light on each stop sign. I felt that chill again. It was stronger this time, as if whatever was causing it was closer. I felt the urge to look behind me, but the fear of actually seeing something gripped my neck and stopped me from turning. I kept looking forward, my breath shaky with superstition. Eventually, that superstition combined with the darkness got to me, so I pulled over to the sidewalk. I grabbed my iPhone from my pocket and went to turn on the flashlight. 2%, I said out loud. How is this at only 2%? I was confused. I barely used it all day, and I charged it last night. It was at full battery this morning. Not to mention it was brand new. I barely bought it a month ago. Strange, I said to nobody. There it was again. That chill. With denial in my thoughts, pretending I couldn't feel that something was wrong, I decided I'll just glance behind me. What's the worst that could happen? Everything. Everything was the worst that could happen. The thing I saw looked impossible to describe. It was tall. Taller than a heavy-duty pickup truck. It had long, skinny extremities that dragged along the concrete behind it. The only way I could make out its shape was the dim moonlight that reflected from its eyes into mine. The eyes. The bulging, bleeding, blank eyes. It stared at me for an eternal second. People say that when you're faced with a dangerous scenario, you have a fight or a flight response. You can either run as fast as you can, or you can attack and hope to come out on top. But let me tell you, there's a third response. Freeze. When you're too afraid to even breathe. No matter how much I wanted to move my legs, they stayed put. I wanted more than anything in the world to get back on my bike and ride and ride and ride until I was safe. Then it started moving. Not towards me, but to a small opossum that was unlucky enough to stumble out of its bush. As soon as it looked away, I felt like I was free to move again. It's gonna kill that thing, I thought to myself. Then it might come after me. I had to leave. Even before I could get back on my bike, I saw the monster attack the animal. In one swift motion, its arm cranked to the side and swung down like a crane swinging a wrecking ball. The opossum was nothing but a pile of flesh on the asphalt after that. I'm only 14. I've never seen anything like that before. The freeze ended. Adrenaline flooded my body. I grabbed my bike and I rode. I rode harder and faster than I ever have in my entire life. I never looked behind me the rest of the way home. I don't know if it followed me. I don't know if it knows where I am. I never told anyone because I knew they would call me crazy. I still doubt that it happened sometimes, until I try to get back on my seat and pedal or change the gears. Then I remember. I don't ride my bike to school anymore. I don't ride it anywhere anymore. Now I try to stay inside after dark. I don't want to risk going outside. This fear might stay with me forever. For anyone that thinks that they know what true horror feels like, or have experienced anything like this, please help me. Help me get back to where I was before. Please. I'm still scared. I'm still so scared.